Welcome back to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Menti. The COVID-19 pandemic forced a lot of people to stay home for the duration and skip some scheduled medical checkups and screenings. Our Jennifer Marin spoke with one woman who almost skipped a checkup and is so glad she didn't. Jennifer.
A New Jersey woman in her 80s with a history of lung problems tells me fear of contracting COVID-19 almost kept her from discovering a tumor that could have claimed her life.
Go ahead and take in a deep breath.
Frances Wolf isn't a stranger to lung screenings, but an unusual test result during the COVID-19 pandemic left her uneasy.
Well, I get a CAT scan every year because I have polyps in my right lung. I've had them for years. So when she called me, I figured they grew, but this tumor is in my left lung, and it's sticking out and budding, almost budding the heart.
Dr. Nora Tasunian has been Frances's doctor for quite some time. She knows Frances has a history of smoking, so when she saw the troubling results, she wasted no time.
On a Friday night, I called her to let her know about the results and stress the importance of her pursuing the workup despite being in the middle of a pandemic.
But Frances, like so many people, was afraid.
Well, because of the COVID. Older, hadn't had any shots. Yeah, I was nervous with it, and if she didn't call me, I had no intention of going, to be perfectly honest with you.
Dr. Tasunian explained the extensive COVID-19 precautions being taken by Hackensack University Medical Center.
She said it's clean. She said nothing's 100%, but I'd say it's 99.9. And so I went. So very grateful to her. I think she's a wonderful doctor.
But not every patient has been as easy to convince. According to the National Cancer Institute, just over 15,000 patients were screened for cancer between March and June of 2020, a big difference from that same time in 2019, when over 60,000 patients were screened for cancer.
And this, unfortunately, for some patients has been a struggle because once they were more comfortable coming back into the office and getting their screening tests, a few of them were diagnosed with cancer or heart disease that were in the later stages.
Although doctors understand that some patients still feel more comfortable with virtual visits, they insist there's no replacement for an in-person wellness check.
There's a lot of time that's devoted to discussing their health maintenance and also taking into account their family history. It's a more holistic approach. Also, we screen for mental health disorders, and with the pandemic, we've seen an increased number of patients suffering from that.
As for Frances, Dr. Tasunian says the future is promising.
Right now, she has almost completed her therapy for lung cancer, and this has really markedly improved the quality of her life.
Frances hopes others will follow her lead.
They should go take care of it in case it is anything. May not be anything, but look at me. If I would have waited another year, God only knows what would happen.
Frances tells me she has an appointment in mid-June to find out if her tumor has shrunk, and she tells me she feels optimistic. For now, reporting in Lodi for Jersey Matters, I'm Jennifer Marin.